I am actually now re-recording a video that I recorded yesterday, but then I accidentally deleted it. So that was really crazy. But basically what I'm talking about today is I've been reading the Jensen's Guide to Diet and Detoxification, and he had this whole chapter in the book about detox and cleansings and like different diets you can do. So today I'm going to kind of talk about that from his angle because he had a lot of interesting points, and yeah, I just want to talk about them. So first of all, let's talk about the whole purpose of detox, okay? The purpose of detox and these kinds of cleanses and diets is to stimulate the body to get rid of toxic waste that has been building up since you were in the womb. I mean, if your mom drank Dr. Pepper, ate pepperoni pizzas and sandwiches in the womb, her lymph system became your lymph system, okay? And then the toxicity from childhood on has just been building up, and it gets stored in the body. So the point of detox is to stimulate the body to do what it wants to do naturally, which is to detox. But people are constantly 24/7 doing the opposite of that. They're stuffing themselves with foods that eliminate and stop any kind of detox from ever happening, whilst at the same time contributing to more, okay? So God created fruits and vegetables to cleanse and heal the body, but also nourish it, okay? So these wastes usually settle in the fatty tissues of the body and also the weak tissues of the glands and organs, and also, of course, in the lymph system and in the bowels. So by eating less foods, drinking more liquids, and eating very simple foods with very simple food combinations, it makes it just so much easier for the body to just purge and purge and purge, and that is what we want. So obviously fasting is the quickest way to bring on elimination in the body. And so when you're talking about water fasts, you know, that's something I definitely would not recommend for a beginner detoxer, because you can stimulate the body to eliminate too fast and too quickly and too much. And so that is why raw foods are so beautiful. So you can just start eating more raw foods and incorporating more fruits and vegetables into your diet, and you're going to eliminate some that way, of course. And you can bring on healing crises in the body just by giving up junk food and any dead food in your diet and eating all living foods. And when I say healing crisis, what is a healing crisis? Well, after a point when you alkalize, pretty soon you bust something up, and you can bring on headaches, fever, cold and flu-like symptoms, like diarrhea. I mean, it's just, you can have mucus coming out of any hole in the body, and it just brings on detox. So a healing crisis is what you want. And when I first was learning about raw foods and detox, I was reading about healing crises, and I was like, that just sounds so weird and kind of horrible. But once I figured out that, oh, that's just like a detox period, then it all made sense. Water fasting is obviously the master to detox, because you're literally taking away all energy that normally goes to digestion, because people are constantly 24/7 stuffing themselves with food, and, you know, hard to digest foods at that. So when you take away all the digestion, your body can put all of its energy into healing and cleansing and detoxifying. But in water fasting in particular, rest is mandatory, and you not only get physical rest, but you can get mental and spiritual rest. So water fasting has many different perks. But sometimes whenever you're detoxing, you can have emotional detox. So it's not all rest in terms of emotions whenever you're water fasting. But water fasting is really king. But I wouldn't recommend doing longer than a 5-day water fast without supervision. And especially, like I said, if you're on day one of the raw vegan life, you're not going to want to jump into a 30-day water fast, in my humble opinion. Okay, so let's talk about breaking a water fast. Definitely, you do not want to break a fast with any type of cooked food or dead food, because that's just not going to fly. It's best to break a water fast with maybe 2 to 3 days on juice, and then slowly incorporate really water-rich fruits like watermelon. Also, something that Jensen talked about in his book, and I thought this was really interesting. He said, don't ever take supplements while fasting, because vitamins and minerals are not assimilated when taken without food. And I thought that was really interesting. Okay, so Jensen also talked about fruit fast, juice fast, and all different types of diets. And he talked about how they're temporary diets. And that is why I'm not really a big proponent of full-on 100% fruitarianism unless you live in Costa Rica, where the soil is so vitamin and mineral dense and it's being turned over properly. Because if you try to live on only fruits in the US, just go into Whole Foods, and even if you get organic, you're going to get deficiencies because the soil is just, it's horrible. And it just kind of is what it is. But that is why I like to incorporate raw fats and a ton of greens in my diets to fill the holes. And it's why I like a Brazil nut here and there for the selenium and some soaked pumpkin seeds for the zinc. So that's why he's talking about how these diets are just temporary. They're not going to be for your whole life. And some people might think differently than that, but I kind of agree with Jensen there. And you know, the fats and the greens are building foods, and they help damaged tissues to be repaired, and they're also very balancing and very alkalizing. Okay, so now Jensen talked about the carrot juice diet. And he was talking about this man who only drank carrot juice for 1 year, and he said that he had bowel cancer. And after he was on carrot juice for 1 year, the bowel cancer was gone. He said it was unbelievable what came out of that man whenever he was doing 1 year on carrot. And, you know, it just goes back to what I was saying. People think that they have one bowel movement a day and everything's clear out of them. No. We've got crusty, just putrefying, stuck on mucoid plaque in the body. You know, get a colonic and tell me what you think, okay? You're gonna have stuff come out of you that you did not know was there, and that is why watermelon fast, carrot fast, grape fast, they get rid of this matter in the body and you can just purge it, okay? I also talked about the grape diet and grape fasts, but I like to call them grape feasts or fruit feasts, I don't know. Because you're not really fasting, you're eating just beautiful foods that are very nutritional. But anyway, he was talking about how important it is to eat seeded grapes. And I know this is true. I mean, hybrid fruits, it's pretty hard to get away from them in this day and age because a lot of things are hybrids. But he was talking about how if you can get organic seeded grapes, it's really best to do a fast with that because, and this is his quote, he said, "I caution my patients against using hybrid fruits too much. All original fruits and vegetables were propagated by seeds. Seedless fruits are a product of crossbreeding and are not found in nature. Foods with seeds are vital foods." And it really is true. We should not really put too much emphasis on our diet on all hybrid fruits. We want to go back to the heirloom as much as we can, especially during a feast. So if you see organic seeded grapes, you better get on that. He also talked about how during the first 2 to 3 days of a grape fast, enemas are really important because grapes, I've heard Dan McDonald call grapes a lymph buster. They will bust stuff up in your body, and that's why enemas are so cool because they can just help you get rid of all of that junk a lot easier than it would naturally. So yeah, that is just a few things that Jensen talked about, and I will always pretty much be talking about detox because it fascinates me and it's just so important for the average person to just get on board, maybe eat watermelon for 3 days during the summer, cleanse a little, let your kidneys rest, and yeah. Jensen has a couple other books that I can't wait to get. He has one on bowel health, which we all know that's one of my favorite topics, the colon, the GI tract, and how to keep it healthy. So yeah, he has other books I want to read, but that is my video for today. Click like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out my Etsy because everything is on sale, and we all love that, right? So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!